for stronger reaction from Iran. And that's probably what Israel is aiming at, in fact. So they take somehow South Lebanon as a hostage to provoke an Iranian response in against Israel. That's probably how we can explain everything which is playing out now in this region.
And the question right now would be, do they really need Hezbollah? Does Hezbollah need Iran on their part if Israel goes underground? What do we know about their capabilities on the ground?
Well, in fact, Hezbollah is considered by many as one of the most powerful armies in the Near East, and it's interesting to see that I don't have the figures exactly of in terms of number of combatants and all that, but we know that already in 2006, Hezbollah managed to, let's say, resist to the Israeli aggression very successfully. And that in the meantime, especially during the Syrian uprising, and especially as the Islamic State started to come close to Damascus, the Hezbollah deployed some troops in with the agreement of the Syrian government. So they deployed some troops in order to fight against the Islamic State. And the reason why was that the Hezbollah feared that the Islamic State could attack also South Lebanon, and they used somehow Syria as a kind of buffer zone. And if you remember, at that time, Hezbollah forces got the permission from the Syrian government to deploy troops around Lebanon on Syrian territory in order to preempt any possible attack from the Islamic State and other Sunni militias. Because when we say Islamic State, in fact, we're a little bit playing with words when we talk about the Syrian the uprising in Syria. In the West, we tend to see the militias are as simply opposition against Bashar al-Assad. But in fact, it's a little bit more than opposition. It was definitely Sunni extremists. And we could see, especially after 2016, 2017, as Western forces, and namely the US, France, Netherlands, Belgium, among others, started to bomb the Islamic State. A lot of combatants of the Islamic State just changed. They went into other movements because the Western forces targeted the Islamic State, but didn't target other movements such as the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham and these movements were exactly the same. By the way, they had exactly the same ideology, but the Westerners tried to avoid these groups because, in fact, the West was supporting the opposition to Bashar al-Assad. As a result, these extremist groups, other than the Islamic State, were in fact supported by the Westerners, and therefore a lot of combatants from the Islamic State just changed group, but they were the same people, the same fighter, the same ideology, but just with another name. And for that reason, that's exactly what the Hezbollah identified, and for that reason they create this kind of buffer zone on Syrian territory. But with that, the Hezbollah became a very battle-hardened army, if you want, because